Hey guys, so I finally hit 10k, and I guess I wanted to just share some of the learnings from that, and hopefully it'll be something that you guys can get out of it. So I guess just some of the metrics behind it. It took me about 80 games to go from 9k to 10k. During this, the average placement was about a 3.7, and I think about 10 of the games, 10 out of the 80, so roughly 13%, were first places. And then out of the 80 games, three of them were eighth places. So just kind of giving you a big breakdown of like how important it is to just try and avoid those eighths. Actually, my highest place spot was fifth, and I think a lot of that's just trying to keep yourself in a good spot for as much as you can. Taking games that a normal player would lose and trying to just not get eighth is a really good skill to be learning. Um, Gameplay in the back of this is actually the game that I hit 10k with, and I just kind of wanted to, in the background, have a non-high roll game that can kind of just be used for comparison. Normally, the YouTube games are just of a first place win where you get, a golden three drop on turn four or something like that. And instead, this will be like a normal game and just use it as the background for, I guess, what I'm normally doing during a game and how I'm trying to flex and, when do I finally commit to comps. I guess with this, I wanted to kind of use this as a chance to share the new insights I guess I have had. To be honest, I don't think there's been any big major insights since 9K. A lot of it was just playing more, but there's a couple of things I guess that I'm focusing on a lot more, and I think are a big part of why I'm doing better. Um, so I think the first thing that I've been trying to do a lot more of is just thinking of what are the end game strats that I'm trying to think of. The first one is always think about what are the scam units that I should be playing for. Every game you have the out of playing potentially scam, and I think that's kind of your go-to if you don't get a good board that's enabled to compete with stats. I have a video out there for the current season's like tech guide, tech and scam guide, and I'll try to link that in this somehow. Um, I guess the other thing that I've been trying to spend a lot more time is think of the possible like ways that I can flex from a comp that I'm currently in. Um, and I have another video kind of with that for the how to play flex comps. I think the biggest thing with that is kind of keeping in mind what your next replaced minion is, and I use next replaced to be like a actual adjective of this particular minion is the next one that I plan on selling if nothing changes. And then on top of that, I also have conditional next replace minions for what's the next replace minion if I find a certain thing. I guess an example of that, Caretaker is a really solid 4 drop. It's the 4 drop that gives Death Rattle summon 4/1/1 undeads. You might replace it if you don't find something like Catacomb Crasher. It might be that next replace minion, but if you find the Crasher, then potentially selling the um, beast that you had if you're trying to like flex between the two undead comps is kind of your other option. The other thing you might be thinking of is with if I have the caretaker, well, if I find a grave robber, maybe I sell off, my beast that I'm playing, something like the leapers. If I don't have leapers enabled by finding a Titus, I can find a grave robber and use my caretaker and grave robber as a easy 6 drop by selling off 3 of the beast and opening up the death rattle to be a triple. If you have even a fourth one, you can then get a gold out of it and at least go even on the trade to get your 6 drop. So that's I guess kind of the mentality that I have in a lot of fights is what am I trying to go from where I'm at? If I'm playing like elementals, I'm probably looking at trying to flex into some pirate infinite stuff with Bran after going big stacks in the early. But that's at least the way I'm kind of floating through games. I don't want to be in a shot phase and not be prepared for what I'm going to be trading off next. The last thing that I guess I've been trying to do a lot more, and I think this is probably the biggest new thing, is scouting during combat. So I guess I always have the mentality that watching the animations is fun, but this is kind of like your free time to get information on the other cops. You might be able to use this as a point to see, hey, there's 4 beast players, there's 3 undead players. I'm probably going to be facing a ton of death rattle comps. I'm probably not likely to find Titus if I'm not already playing it. And it's also an idea that you should, at that point, kind of keep an eye out for something like White Mane or your Sindari Trickshot to be that final minion that you can finish a board with, and that becomes your new next replace minion. Um, so really scouting during combat, you have potentially 30 seconds to do whatever you want. And I'm probably the worst about it of getting up, going to the bathroom, grabbing a drink or whatever. And like, that is free time for you to gather information on the game that you're not heavily thinking about what's in the shop, what do I need to sell next. So really using that time to focus on that. And then part of this also is it distracts you from, playing the game of percentages and, thinking, oh, I got scammed and didn't deserve this loss. I have a little Easter egg at the end of the video for what I did in this video after getting scammed, but really using that shop phase as a chance to or sorry, the combat phase to figure out what your plan is during the shop phase will really make you a lot more efficient at buying minions and kind of floating between a couple comps. So hopefully this helps you. I know it's been a hard grind. It's a lot of games very quickly, but I've really enjoyed the climb this season and hopefully I'm looking to do better and hopefully I'll see you guys out there on the climb. Good luck. See ya. Fucking kidding me. You're fucking kidding me. It's some fucking bullshit. Fucking 7%. Oh, alright. There's only one way you react to that. So this is how we hit 10k is Reaper Fort for cheating. Next. Hacking because he got a 7%. And that's how we hit 10k, guys.